This market has been in a whirlwind to the downside. If you have a 401k, if you're holding stock and have no insurance, no protection over it, you have been really feeling the pinch. Many people who just maybe boasted that just because their belief in President Trump that he was in office, it was just going to take off. We've gotten a rude awakening. Many of the things or the build outs of all these jobs that were supposed to be created, we have seen many job losses over the last few weeks and the last few months. Many people are getting laid off. The economy is not in a place where many people feel comfortable. And now with this war in Iran, many people don't know what to feel. And we have seen that the stock market has really paid for it. President Trump, over the weekend or Sunday night, he declared over his social media page that there is peace. And all of a sudden, the stock market futures took off on Monday, and we had a really big day in the stock market yesterday. But we are starting to see that today. Now we're starting to see some pullback. Was it a head fake? Was this news just to get money back into the market to get excitement? Is Iran going to comply, or is Iran going to fight? We understand that this is a holy war. This is not something that is set it and forget it. This is something that is actually going to be part of the end time. Is it now? I don't know. But as a believer in Christ, I know that it will happen. I know that all these things, all these rumors that are happening, God already spoke about it, so it doesn't shock me. But I'm also understand that God has put me on the earth right now to till the land and also to occupy what He has given me. So, as a Christian investor, our job is to be capitalists. What we do with our funds is different things. We can fund the kingdom. We can do so many things that we can help our legacy. We can help our local church. I'm all about the local church. I know many people love the bigger churches, and I'm okay with that. I'm not speaking against it, but we have a lot of people here that watch me, that you in your place, in your space, that you can affect your local church. And that's what we're believing. We're many business entrepreneurs. Hollywood and Washington, D.C. only respect one thing, and that's money. And we have to understand that as believers, that's all they respect. I believe, like what Billy Graham spoke many years ago, that he believed that the end time revival was first going to happen in the marketplace. And as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as many Christians that are business owners, and it's almost like a taboo to even say that or to speak about money. Now, I'm not a name it and claim it. I'm a name it and work for it type of person. This is not like you sow a seed and automatically it multiplies. Investing, building a business, investing in real estate, starting a business of your choice and liking, that is a choice that many people make. But it does not mean that it's an automatic. See, God has promised to give us wealth, but it's not inevitable. It's a possibility. And when you start seeing that, it's not a name it or claim it. It's about working the land. It's about taking the gifts that God has given you and turning that idea into something that's actually actionable. The quickest way to wealth is this one big clue, and it's this: find a problem that nobody can solve and create a solution, and now just start charging for it. Now, the harder the problem you solve, the bigger your wealth is. See, there's a reason why I pay my janitor X amount of $15 an hour. And there's a difference why I pay my lawyer $1,000 an hour. It's the problem they chosen to solve. The more complex the problem is, and if you have a patent pending solution that no one else can touch, that's where your wealth is at. And we are going to see that many of the new millionaires and billionaires of the next generation are going to use technology. It's not going to be a, a conglomerate of people. It's actually going to be concise. Think of this: we all believe in the power of teamwork. There's no business that's just formed, no church that is just grows without other people working and each person playing their role to the highest potential. But what we're seeing now is that AI is taking the one person and creating a team around it. I use AI to edit my videos. Now I don't need editors or I don't need people to or to like to post stuff for me because a lot of it does it automatically. AI, it's like it creates a team for me. And you start seeing that you're going to see technology and you need to take these things that are coming out. There's going to be certain things that will work, certain things that don't work. But there's AI is here to stay. It's not a fad. What AI does, even in my personal life, for someone who's not technology savvy, what it does, it cuts like me having to rely on people and having to have some astronomical budget. So what it does, it just consolidates things and it, as long as I can create a niche that is in my space that I can um, grow, then I'm doing well. So we're looking at the stock market. It's down. The Dow Jones is currently down 107 points. S&P down currently 200 and excuse me 23 points. And I'm gonna refresh this. 20 still down 23. Nasdaq down 171 points. We see Nvidia's getting assaulted. Tesla's actually having not a bad day. And I want to take a look at some stocks and I want to share my screen. So let me change some stuff here. So look at full screen. Okay. We start seeing the AI boom here. We're starting to see a fade right here. If we look at the S&P 500, we're starting to see a fade. And it's just boo. Look at this little turn. It's like a nice little curve here. Now, could this be a place right here where it could bounce off? Because right now is where we're at. Is that like a it's forming some type of doji or it could be a head fake. But look at this. This is right down here would be the next floor for me. Let me see that number. That next floor around the 6,149. If we go down, and that's I said if we continue to go down, the next floor on the S&P 500, in my opinion, is going to be around that 6,100 mark. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Let's look at that. It's down 160 points. It's same little curve. But and if we look at this, let me go farther. But it has the same type of if the Nasdaq continues, if the market continues to do this downturn, we're going to be seeing it fall even more. So the next month and a half is very pivotal. Just because Trump called for peace doesn't mean it's automatically going to happen. So there's so many market headwinds. Not only that, we have a federal chair that won't work with this administration, so he's still in office. We have a war that is just. Sometimes I wonder, could have this been avoided? But that's another story in itself. Then you start seeing that economically, we're not that strong. Yes, there's certain things that are going in our favor. Yes, there's certain things that are happening that are really good. Yes, there's many things that we could be hopeful for in the future. Yes, I'm all for that. But we have to understand that a lot of this stuff is not coming to fruition fast enough. If you're going to build a nuclear plant, it's not going to happen overnight. So we have a lot of of stock market news headwinds. We've seen the Dow Jones actually retreat a little bit. Something happened, some news overnight a couple of minutes ago, but it kind of went up 40 points. That's pretty good. But it's going to be headline news. To me, the stock market could be doing a head fake. Don't fall for it. This is a head fake, in my opinion. It's to get more retail, or if it's the retail trader just trying to get a little bit of head movement, and that this is the money that's being squeezed out of here. You've seen a lot of shorting that's been happening over the last few months, and these stocks are no different. Apple. Let's look at Apple here. Apple, again, I drew this range right here, and I'm gonna just keep moving it across. It This is something I drew over here, and it's been following this pattern. I've said this multiple times. This could be a place where many of you may consider loading up on Apple stock. Now, could this stock turn around if the stock market as a whole turns around because of all the things that are happening in the Middle East? The prices of gas is ridiculous. I mean, this is ridiculous here. I don't know about you guys, but this is the price of oil. Look how it's just $91 a barrel. It is ridiculous. I don't know how much is gas in your area, but if your gas is above $3, I want you to put how much your gas is right now and what city you're from. I want to see what's the highest. I know California may win, but there's a lot of places where gas was like 220 about a month ago and it's like close to $4. What are you paying for gas right now? Put it in the comment section. What are you paying for gas? Is it going to continue to go up? I think so. I think so. We're in for a rude awakening. Many people who have summer travel plans, I don't know if it's going to happen. Tesla, again, this is one that I love Tesla, but it gives me so much anxiety sometimes. I've changed a little bit of what I'm training right now with Tesla. I'm still in Tesla, but I'm doing more credit spreads on Tesla when it has a big swing in one direction, especially towards the downturn. I'm just doing a vertical spread. I'm in the 295, 300. I'm not making a ton of money, but if you're just playing, hey, I'm okay with 2 to 5, 2 to 7%, 2 to 8% in a month. I'm okay with that. I'm not, all I'm trying to do is maybe hit base hits right now. This stock market, if you're a swing trader and you're doing it with options, you are suffering right now because the stock market has been such in a topsy turvy, such in a sideways market. Your premiums that you're getting, if you're getting $1 in a premium and then the next day the market changes, you're down to like 5 cents. I mean, it's like ridiculous. So what you do in that type of stock market environment is you have to change your hat. And now from buying options, you got to sell options, and it's okay hitting base hits. It's okay in the stock market not to hit a home run. People who hit base hits end up doing really well in the stock market. So I'm changing my strategy with Tesla. It's more in the credit spread arena, bull put spreads, bear call spreads, depending on the direction of the stock market. But also, you have Tesla here that has earning in 35 days. The expiration of this stock market finishes in about 24. What I was looking at, if you're getting into the 305, 310, maybe you might get like 17, 20 cents, maybe in that range. But right now is if you like that type of base hits, I'm all for Tesla doing that. So Tesla is one that I love, but I also dislike at the same time. Netflix is consolidating. I was hoping to stay up on this move here, but it's going back into this area right here. I'm gonna keep moving this because I'm gonna do the same thing with you guys. These are places that I've drawn months ago. This is not something I just did. And if you've been following my charts, many of you can see like what the way I've been talking about these stocks are. I mean, it's really in a place where if you follow and if you're patient with these stocks, you'll do really well. Silver, you've gotten beat up a little bit. Let's go to silver. So has gold. Gold was in that, clinging onto that $5,000 range is falling off. So many people, if you're still bullish on rare earths, metals, I mean, I'm still holding on to my silver. Uh, that's more of a long term play for me. Let's see over here. Ethereum. Ethereum is okay. I mean, you kind of bounce back a little bit. Bitcoin still cheap price, 69,000. You saw a lot of buying in Bitcoin. You saw a lot of these pundits that kind of your Grant Cardones, your Gary V's, and many other people, and they were pretty much encouraging people to buy more, and not just them, just a lot of people. This is the thing that I wonder. If they're saying they buying all these millions of tokens more, I thought the market would have taken off by now, or at least created a bottom where you could be like, okay, there's a lot of people buying in this area. Now, in the 69,000, there is a lot of buying in this area. From 60 to 70, it's consolidating. I wonder what Bitcoin is going to do. Now, this is my thesis on this. And this is my thesis on Bitcoin. The United States needs some type of news that's going to push this stock market up. Right now, everything points down from the the I don't know if you want to call it a war or the disagreement in the Middle East, but it's virtually a war. Disagreement in the Middle East to the job employment to inflation to interest rates. If you look at those factors, the United States should be in a recession. Should be in a recession if you look at that point. Now, if you look at it from an optimistic side and say, yes, that's true, but we also are on the cusp of this new technologies, AI, how this is going to change the way we do business, similar to what the internet did, similar to what electricity did, similar to what oil did to this country. It propelled us forward. Now, could that be the case with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with crypto? We owe the Federal Reserve over $38 trillion worth of debt. So I look at what can be the thing, the catalyst that pushes the United States up. Now, AI could be one of those things, but what about if we recapitulate the dollar and pegged it to Bitcoin? Now, I've thought about that, but then I've also thought about if there's a finite amount of Bitcoin, then who controls it? Then you have to wonder: is the Federal Reserve just gonna let that happen? I mean, you control the monetary system. I'm not against that. I'm not against the. It was to me, I would have done the same thing. So the Federal Reserve controls the monetary system. Could there be a system where they use a crypto style that's pegged to almost what the dollar is, or peg it to AI, peg it to like lease agreements, stuff like that? Maybe creative stuff that maybe we haven't seen before in business. That's the only thing I could see that could peg the United States and people say, you know what? Let's go all in on the US dollar or the US stock market. That's the thing that I wonder. We need some type of news that's going to propel this stock market up. That news hasn't happened yet. Maybe if we peace in the Middle East, yeah, that could be it, but that's not enough. That doesn't bring jobs. That doesn't bring food to people's or income to people's houses. It doesn't bring food to people's table. So, America, you have a lot of people that are struggling, a lot of people that are really high on debt. You got a lot of all time credit card payments. You got all time high rent payments. You have all time high car payments. I mean, this is everything at a record high. This bubble is going to burst. Is it going to happen now? And if it's going to happen now, are you prepared? Are any of us prepared? Could we get another style of what the Great Depression was? I mean, we're coming up on the 100th year anniversary of the Great Depression. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we are mirroring a lot of this thing. In the Roaring Twenties, there was so much optimistic and optimism that many people just didn't see what was coming next, unless you were business savvy and you saw, okay, here are these clues. This is not right. And if you know that something's not right in the economic system, how are you going to protect yourself? That's why financial literacy is so important. I hope to speak to you guys pretty soon. Until next time, from Finance Pastor Felix Garcia.